Door 40. Oh, holy sh! Oh, that's devious. Hello and welcome back to Maze, Solve the World's Most Challenging Puzzle. Last time we made it all the way to the center of the maze and back out to the start of the maze in 18 moves. 2 over the challenge. The challenge is to do it in 16. So we have to find 2 moves somewhere. This time around, we are going to start in room 45. We are going to then try to find a shorter path than the 10 steps that it took us last time. Before we begin, we have to ask the question that we begin every episode with. Is the world still on fire?
President Trump just confirmed that we dropped bombs on 3 nuclear sites in Iran.
At times it is hard not to lose my faith in humanity. But then I see stuff like this.
Hold on! This is my favorite. Hold on! Her sister was a witch!
And my faith is restored. All right, let's begin. Here we are in the center of the maze. My guests thought that whoever lived here was a careless person to leave so many things around. They were wrong. There was really only one thing for them to find: the riddle of the maze. They demanded that I show it to them. Do you think it's written on the wall for all to see? It is hidden here somewhere, perhaps throughout the room. As far as you are concerned, what the maze teaches can be learned in every room. They looked and looked. Every group is the same. Now, I said, after the last look around, we must find our way back out. Leaving the center of the maze, we found ourselves in... All right, let's start with door 23. Leaving the center of the maze, we found ourselves in a room with 3 other doors. Looking out the windows, my feet crushed something on the floor. Watch your step here, I warned them. I'm always ready to be helpful with less important things. Look at those 2 trees out there, one said, looking over my shoulder, which is not easy to do. Must be a real wind coming up. Now they realized that it could rain with her going. We should have brought that bumbershoot with us from the coat room. Oh, which room was that? Oh, you remember the one with the animal. I suggested that we take the door on my right, and they realized they had found the door they had been seeking for so long. The entrance to. Here in the room. Exciting new rooms. We have everything right, nothing the time is. Scroll on the floor. We have the Roman numerals 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6. Presumably the one behind goes down to 1, kind of gives 10 Commandment vibes. We've got a ball on the floor having broken through the door 19. We have a door back to 45. We have a door to 28. And 8. We've been to 8 before. 8 is part of the loop around from room 29 last time. So we could go to 28, 8, 45, or 19. Well, we know where 19 goes. That's the one we took out before. We know where 8 goes. We know where 45 goes. So let's go to 28. Let's see what new room awaits us. I suggested that we take the door on my right, and they realized they had found the door they'd been seeking for so long. The entrance to a spacious room with a hole in the floor. This looks familiar. A ladder led down into the shadows. Outside, leaves shook on the wind. They didn't like the look of that hole in the floor. Too dark down there, they cried. Who knows what's at the bottom? Probably a room of some kind, I volunteered quickly. But you know what I say about appearances. It would have been a relief to go outside for a while. They wanted to know if they had been here before. How could I answer that? I have the strangest feeling of déjà vu, said one, who, bolder than the rest, led us into... Okay, I remember this from the last run. 2 guys kind of throwing gang signs at each other. We've got the DU. We've got the creepy guy. We've got the Ionian columns. Hold on a second. Wait. There absolutely was no door 40. Oh. Oh, that's evil. Oh, that's devious. Holy Oh, man. This room is absolutely identical to a room that we've already been in. Except the numbers are different. Oh my God, we've got to find that room and we've got to check if the text is the same even, because the feeling of deja vu. Oh yeah, because room 43. Room 43 leads to it's inside one of the loops. So if we'd gone out. Oh, that's tricky. Okay. So we can get back to 45 from here. Room 24 is the bad one. Room 23. Oh, that's where we came from. We just came from 23. So this just loops. This is like a separate little loop. 45 to 23 to 28 to 45 again. So where does 32 go? Okay, well, okay, so 32, this is new. Seabag, okay. Okay, well here, let's give this room the proper treatment. Bolder than the rest led us to a large square room with a hole rudely broken through one wall. It must have taken a great deal of strength to pull the heavy stones out of position. The symmetry was also disturbed by the apparent loss of one of the room's statues. My visitors thought a thief had broken into the room, removed the figure, and made away with it. This, of course, was one explanation. "Another one!" they cried. "You mean another representative of the animal kingdom?" I asked. "What is a bird like that doing here?" "Roosting, evidently." Their attitude was really beginning to irritate me. I have come to think of all of the inhabitants of this house as members of my little kingdom. People can be so arrogant. In a very real way, we are all of us animals, at least in part. I wouldn't answer any more of their questions, so we left this room to enter. Rooms 6 and 11 are part of the death trap. I do remember that much. Room 11, I believe, is the room right outside of the room without exits. And 6, I believe, is the one that's kind of at the bottom of a ladder. So 28, we can go back to room 28. 16. I think I'm going to do a little head poke. So we're going to just peek at 16, explore it if it's new, or pop back here to room 32 if it's not. Ah, okay, yes. We've been to room 16 before. It is a loop. And so then we're going to go back to room 28. I guess we may as well head back to 45, but I'm going to remember room 28. And whenever we find the other room that looks like this, we can compare, because there were no other new ways going through room 23. So room 23 just sort of looped us back around to here. Actually, 36, I think we've been to 36. 36 seems very familiar. Oh, okay, out here, there's 16 again and 7. Yeah, so we're just out here in this loop, and that way definitely is not efficient. Okay, so from 45, one step comes here. Is this more efficient? If we go out maybe say 8, is it more efficient than the 19 route we had before? 2 steps. Okay, 6 was death. 12, I think, brought us on a loop around toward 29. Okay, so it's 2 steps to get here. So if we try 12, here it is, here it is. Ooh, okay, so 12. Camera 1. Camera 2. Okay, so it looks like you've got some rain here. This is a little drearier. Camera 1 again. Yeah, these Oh, this portrait is different. So here, his little baton is along the bottom of his frame. And he's, going the upside down Sailor Moon. Here, his baton is in his other hand, and he's pointing at this door. Also looks like his eyeballs might be missing. So anyway, it was 3 steps to get here. Now, 8 takes us back into that room. 39 takes us, I believe, into a loop. 2 takes us back in that room 29 loop. 21 takes us out right near where we first came in, I think. So let's try 21, step 4 to 21. Oh, yeah, it does take us out here, but 24 is just the end. I think 31 went and looped back on itself, and 44 just takes us eventually to door 19. So that doesn't actually, I think, get us out any quicker. Okay, let's try let's now reset. Let's try the door 19 route and see if we can find a shortcut somewhere. Because it doesn't look like we can get to door. It doesn't look like we can get. We didn't find any other path that takes us out. Just different paths that take us eventually to room 19, which eventually gets us out. So all of those would just add more steps to going directly out 19. So step 0 from room 45. We're going to go 19. (31) is 3 steps. Is this way faster? Five steps. Yeah, it's longer. Okay. Nine and 10. Back in room 45. Still trying to find any way back out to room 1 that is faster than 10 steps. So taking us back to room 12, I guess 39 is the only way we haven't checked yet. So let's see. We've never been here. I've never been here. Okay. I really thought we'd been to 39 before. This is a new room. So, Baldwin led us to what looked like a combination wine cellar and junk room. Someone had been working here as well. "This is more to my taste," said one, dusting off some labels. All the bottles turned out to be empty. "I hear someone hammering," said one. "No, that's a chopping sound," said another. None of them heard the faint jingling that came from behind the wall. "I don't hear anything," I said loudly, and with as much commotion as possible hurried them out of the room too. Okay. Oh, interesting. References to, like, other rooms. We got another ducky here with a nice little plume. We've got a ladder going up to room 12, which is where we came from. This is kind of creepy. It's giving very, like, Cask of Amontillado vibes, where there's this brick wall, a trowel, cement bricks. This kind of looks like maybe a recently erected wall with one missing brick, and the sound of jingling mentioned with this jester's cap with bells kind of looking drawing over it. That's... Some times tables here. Letter, wheel, one bottle kind of turned backwards while the rest of these are here. Okay, so 11 this way. No, 11 is... That takes us immediately into the inescapable death loop. 4 takes us to that big hallway, I think. 16 is a loop. 24 is a dead end. 43 is part of the death loop. 11 is part of the death loop. 15... Fifteen is, I think, the room with the rabbit on the chair. Which I think was kind of near the beginning. Maybe 15 is the way to go. 29 takes us to the room with the sarcophagus and the path into room 17 and on to 45. And 44, that would be step 6 this time. So that would just be a much, much slower way of getting that same route we were doing through room 19. I guess let's check room 15. Which is the way backward out of this room? Is it 30? I mean, we can get out from here, but it's definitely a few steps. Let's see if 37 is closer. A long open room with no roof. What's going on here? They wondered. Sometimes important messages are couched in ambiguous terms, I said. That net may help you catch the answer to your question. They looked doubtful. We must look at this from all sides before we make a decision. But at last they were learning. They really couldn't decide which way to go. Half of them wanted to go one way, half another. They were close to splitting up when there was a rattling sound, and one of the doors was shaken from the other side. They all stopped talking and moved closer together. They soon agreed on a direction, and we departed for... Well, this is a new room, too. How have we never been to 37? 7 steps to get to this room. Door 15 takes us back to the rabbit room. 10 takes us to the room with the volcano painting in the bed. 10, 41, 1. That's 3 more steps, which... That's 10 steps. It's the same going this way, but it is another path out. 42. I don't know if we've been to 42 before. We'll take a peek at that. Oh, okay. No, we have been here before. The other one is 20, which that's the drum door. That's the drum door. We're at 7 steps here, and I think we can go 20, step 8, and then 1 in step 9. To shave a step off. Step 8. And step 9 to get back to room 1. All right, so we found a path that takes us from the center of the maze back out 17 steps. And so that was from 45, it was to 23, 8, 12, 39, 4, 15, 37, 20, 1. Okay, good. That's successful. That's successful. So we've knocked 1 off. Let's retrace the path that we found that gets us to 45. Just to remind ourselves what rooms are on that path. We got there by going to room 20, room 5. So step 2 goes to 5. Step 3 took us to 30. Step 4 took us to 42. Step 5 took us to room 4. Step 6 took us to room 29. Step 7 into 17. And step 8 took us into 45. 8 steps in and 9 steps out. I think we've visited every possible room you can get to from 45 back on out to 1. So there must be, and I'm feeling pretty confident at this point that it's going to take us 9 steps to get back out. So we're going to have to try and shave 1 off of getting here. So backing out to 1, we've been in the tail and the yarn doors more recently, and we pretty thoroughly explored those, and we ended up going back into the story door. But we haven't been in the fable door since literally the very first door we went through in the run. Reacquaint ourselves with what's behind the fable door and see if we can find any quicker path through. Going into the fable door. Oh, that's right. Okay. So it brings us to the dramatic room with 4 entrances and exits. Not enough light in here, they remarked. Not very tidy either. Which way now, children? I asked them in my most patronizing voice. They objected to my tone, but it distracted them from the real clues. The game usually goes as I plan it, despite the intentions of my visitors, or perhaps because of their intentions. What the devil is this supposed to be? Asked one. They gathered around, and I realized they were close to something. I quickly picked up the bell, ringing it loudly. Was this what you heard outside? Holding their ears, they ran out the door to... Okay, yeah. Actually, this is pretty straightforward. So, 38, that was quick demise. 36 is the one on the outside with the... kind of out in a loop with the musicians with the tragedy and comedy masks, which there's no path to 45 through there. But door 30 is on the path that we just took from room 1, 1 step to room 20, 2 steps to 5, 3 steps to 30. But here we went from room 1 step into 26, step 2 to 30. This is going to shave. Yeah. This is going to shave 1 off. All right. We got it. Okay, so from room 1, step 1 to 26, step 2 to room 30, step 3 to 42, step 4 to room 4, step 5 to room 29, step 6 to room 17, step 7 to 45, step 8 to 23, step 9 to 8, step 10 to 12, step 11 to 39, step 12 back to room 4, step 13 takes us to room 15, step 14 takes us to 37, step 15 takes us to room 20, and step 16 takes us to room 1. We have done it! Now, that seems like a good triumphant note of victory to end on. We're going to start trying to tackle the actual riddle of the maze. So we found the short path. And so we have a list of room numbers to investigate. So now that we found the correct path to the maze and back 16 steps, that is the path. That's the one that has all the hints to solve the riddle. As a little bonus feature here, we're actually just going to flip through the book in linear order just to see if there are any rooms that we never found any pathway to. So, obviously we've been to room 1. We've visited every room in the maze, every room in the book. So, we'll start here in room 45 next time as we try to tackle the riddle of the maze. This is already making my brain hurt. But thank you for coming along. We've found the route. And until next time, ciao.